I don't wanna wait for my life to be over, so I do it now.
Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's Transfemerate MTG here, and we're running it back into Avatar: The Last Airbender after having a wee bit of a detour into some Cube. I'll probably end up back in Cube if I can hit enough wins in this draft here. Got a Fire Nation Drill, Waterbending Scroll, White Lotus Reinforcements. Feel like I've played a lot of black recently. Might just go for this White Lotus Reinforcements, although the Fire Nation Drill I think is just too good of a bomb. Ooh, Firebending Lesson, Lightning Strike. I think we go Firebending Lesson. Cat Gator, I did just play mono black, so I don't think I'm really wanting to be going back to back on a mono black kind of feel. Here we've got a Pox Bearers, Beetlehead Merchants, Suko's Exile Judy, Mongoose Lizard. None of these are really speaking to me too much. I guess it's the Judy, and we're looking towards sort of some sacrificing. I think the Lightning Strike here is going to be worth it. Pirate Peddlers, Long Fang, Archers, Raiders, Colony, Twin Blades, Pox Bearers. Let's grab a Twin Blades here. Can be reasonably helpful at different points. Battlefan, Waterskin. Still not convinced on this Tundra tank if we're being perfectly honest, so I'm going to take the Vindictive Wardens. Here we have an Azula Always Lies, but I think it's going to be Jong. Always nice to double up on some spells, especially when we've got something like Abandoned Attachments we can maybe look at drawing super deep with. Here back to pack 1, the Waterbending Scroll stayed. We've also got a Daily Indoctrination, and I think it will be an Indoctrination. Oh, they're making me want to just play that Cat Gator, aren't they? Beetle-Headed Merchants I really don't think is like a very good card, so I'll take the Mongoose Lizards, Foggy Swamp Hunters because may as well, Fire Nation Raider as well, and Bender's Waterskin. Don't think anything super spectacular here. Zhao the Moonslayer. You know what? Let's do it. 2 mana, 2/2 Menace. Really does not feel too bad. Got a June for some sacrificing, but I think we're going to want removal with a Swamp Snare Trap. Got another Attachments, Canyon Crawler, but potentially it's the My Jaded Edge. Maybe looking to go pretty aggressive with some creatures. Treetop Freedom Fighters would be aggressive with creatures, but Sold Out I think is just that little bit too good. Boiling Rock Prison I think is a must, just to get that nice fixing, as well as the Fire Nation Cadets. Definitely think that the Cadets is going to be pretty handy. Now we do have the Merchant of Many Hats and the Buzzard Wasp Colony. I really haven't been convinced by the Buzzard Wasp Colony if we're being perfectly honest. I think that there are much better ways to see 4 mana creatures come out. The Merchant's really nice with being able to sort of just sacrifice into things. I really only have the one sacrifice card at the moment. We'll take the Colony, see if I can be proven wrong. Probably going to take the Brainwashing over the Indoctrination here. Another Boiling Rock Prison over a Deadly Precision Rough Rhino Cavalry. No, I'm going to take more removal here. The Porcupine's fine at this spot. Canyon Crawler will probably see play. Still not convinced by the Tundra tank. Not probably going to be looking at Temples this time around. I mean, Bayfonk's Bounty Hunter's really nice. Swamp Snare Trap's good. Riot's really good with a Zhong the Deserter. Got the Zhao Ruthless Admiral. I think is going to be the play. Oh, Walls of Ba Sing Se. That's kind of delicious. And honestly, maybe the Cunning Maneuver I end up playing. Not going to play the Cat Gator in the end, I don't think. Not going to play the Foggy Swamp Hunters. Might not end up playing this Porcupine because I've only really got... Oh, I've got a few. Judy, yes. I think the Zhao, the Ma, yeah, all of these are looking pretty good. Maybe it's the Jet's Brainwashing. Probably not going to end up playing the Walls of Ba Sing Se, so I think the Cunning Maneuver is going to be a better shout here. Another Sold Out. I think that's reasonable. Another sold out on the other hand. Don't think I need that many. Let's see. We end up not playing the Fire Nation Raider. What cares about all of the sacrificing? Could end up not playing the Zhao as well, but Fire Nation Cadet's going to be more helpful. How many lessons have I currently got? 3 lessons. Probably not. Grab more and more removal, and a Combustion Man I think is a pretty good top end. Inspector, but I think Zuko's Conviction's too good here. Another Cat Gator, another Merchant, another Twin Blades. Do I really want a second Twin Blades? I'm not sure if I'm going to end up playing the Merchant of Many Hats because I'm really not going too heavy into the sacrificing. Deserter's Disciple could actually kind of be nice with some of these creatures that grow. I mean, Heartstarter Riot, definitely going to run it in this deck. And I think we're just looking to take things that are kind of in colour, which is absolutely nothing at this point. Not going to be playing the Merchants and a Mountain. Okay, so we are looking a little bit strange here. Got a lot of removal. So what I kind of want is for it's like maybe the Porcupine, but honestly I'm not too keen on the Porcupine. Maybe the Fire Nation Cadets doesn't do much. I mean, it is just a 1 mana creature, which is nice. I think we actually do just get rid of the Buzzard Wasp Colony. I think we probably get rid of one of the lands, probably a swamp, especially with the 2 cyclers. Combustion Man's nice, Fire Nation Drill's nice. Is it the Indoctrination that I get rid of? Jet's Brainwashing could actually be kind of handy. Abandoned Attachments could be nice. Do I want the second Twin Blades? I really don't know if I do. Maybe the Porcupine as well. So what have we got for removal? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bits of removal. Could probably get rid of a Sold Out, maybe? Yeah, probably. This Deserter's Disciple could end up being handy with something like My Jaded Edge is sort of my thoughts. Maybe with the Jong, just making her unblockable and then getting in for a lot of big damage. Zhao's going to be fine. I think we get rid of the Daily Indoctrination. One of the Twin Blades. Do I want the Porcupine here? That's sort of I mean, it is actually pretty solid. I have 3 lessons. Does that make the Jong worth it? I think it still does. Get rid of one of the Sold Outs. Honestly, maybe the Deadly Precision. Don't think I need all of that removal. And I really do want to try out the Jet's Brainwashing. I think the 2, let's see, so we've got 2 Sold Outs, Financials, that's 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7 at the moment. 6 pieces of removal would probably be okay. I don't really have creatures that I desperately want to sacrifice with the Deadly Precision either, so yeah. Go with that kind of look. Certainly not the most convinced about my potential successes with this here. I mean, a lot of removal and a couple of nice sort of cards, but nothing that's spectacular. Well, as far as starts go, Cadets into being able to abandon attachments is pretty solid. With a Fire Nation Drill as backup. Plus I'll get another draw before I have to. Don't even have to draw the card. I can just, I mean, 2 mana do nothing's not really exactly what we're always after, is it? Swamp. We'll go to My Jaded Edge first. And then put some attacks. Get some nice prowessing going. See if there is something that I would rather discard. Swamp. I think we do just abandon attachments and then Twin Blades. I've been the Sold Out. Draw a couple cards. attack. And we'll actually exhaust the Mai here instead. More damage up front. Next turn I got the Fire Nation Drill to deal with one of their creatures, just like that. That's a pretty good creature to get rid of. So we've got Fire Nation Drill. Tap. Yes, I will take action, kill the Pirate Peddlers. Get in for some attacks, and they've just decided that's enough. Okie doke. Well, good win number 1, that's for sure. Long may that continue. Yeah, I mean, super smooth start there. So, I mean, not really complaining too hard about how that went. Moving on to game number 2. I do like that they can actually hide the alternate art styles, but unfortunately, can't really do that with a lot of the special guest cards, or sort of like the through the universes sorts of things. Moving to game number 2 here, I think this also looks pretty good. We've got a Cycler, we've got a Mai and a Judy, able to do some pretty good work. Start off with a Swamp. Probably going to play the Mai out first. Platypus Bear, good dog. Swamp. Judy doesn't really do a lot for me here if I play her. Might just pass the turn. A combustion technique into the bin feels pretty nice to my ears. All top sentries, okay. Pass to attacks. I'm gonna pop the counter on the Mai now. Right, well, let's cycle this Canyon Crawler. Play a Swamp, play Judy. And no attacks. I got the 4th mana now, so I can sold out something. Expecting them to drop. Oh no, okay. Waterbending lesson. And no attacks. Does make sense to me. I think we're going to go abandon attachments here. Bin the Zhao Ruthless Admiral. Oh, fantastic. That is what I was looking for. I guess we can surveil with Judy. Yeah, we'll keep the Swamp Snare Trap. And we'll sacrifice... Honestly, we'll sacrifice the token. And then I'm gonna put some attacks. Yeah, okay, I'll deal you 10 damage, 11 damage, 12 damage. Feels like not a bad turn 5. 12 damage right to the face. Nature's Ang's Journey. Needing another land. Ty Lee. Mountain. Swamp Snare Trap. And, yep. Solve. Guess we may as well draw a card that's blue. I guess we attack with the Mai again. Yeah, sure, Zuko's Conviction was bring back the Zhao. Make Mai a little bit bigger, go down to 6. And if they attack, don't play another creature, can't get rid of the my Boomy. Boomy's pretty solid. I'm gonna do all three. That's okay, I will sold out the Boomy himself. Another little bit of removal would be pretty good as well. Sold out the Boomy. And guess I just attack with might. You're not going to be able to kill me. I'm going to kill that bear. And no, let's go. Oh, Deserter's Disciple. Yes, please. Keep that on top. And the ability then to Deserter's Disciple, still have removal up, can make my unblockable turn after. Empathic. I think that should maybe be okay. Not if they find a combustion technique. Goodness gracious darn it. That's going to be for quite a few as well. Yep. No box. Surely, yes. Yeah, I was about to say, surely you kill the My Data. Serves Disciple. Zhao, Ruthless Admiral. And that should hopefully give me the win next turn. Ty Lee, make the Zhao enabled block. Yep, no box. This stuff got some pretty heavy removal. No? No? Good game. And move to 2 and 0, and I'm actually just going to pause it here. I will be back, well, for you, post-haste. Into game number 3, 2-0 at the moment. Hopefully we will be back with some good, strong wins again. I mean, game 1 was pretty instant scoop. I think game 2 went really nicely. See if we can continue on with some nice goodness. This deck here, it's got enough removal, got enough sort of ways to have some fun interaction that I don't think it will be too challenging to look to at least put some pressure on, even if it's not continuing to win every single game. And here we go. We are versing Oliver Ortiz, the robot man. Lands, a Zhao. Yeah, I think this looks pretty solid. On the draw, would love to be on the play. Curious Farm Animals, that's alright. Bolingbroke Prison. I don't think the non-basic lands are going to make too much of a difference here. Here they could be holding up counter magic. Certainly have to respect that, but I think I do regardless. The counter, and I've got the conviction to potentially bring it back, replay it next turn. Yeah, looks like they do. Yep, it'll quench here. That makes sense to my mind. And a couple of options for next turn, see what I end up drawing, but I think the Mountain and then Zuko's Conviction into replaying the Zhao could be pretty nice. Again, they could be holding up more counter magic again, but we will see. Because what I could do is I could go Canyon Claw, no, I'm going to go Zuko's Conviction, bring back the Zhao. Looks like they've got something they can do. They can always just hold mana up for the Curious Farm Animals. They've got another quench, that would be pretty nice, but nope. I can block the farm animals, but probably don't want to. Probably want to end up snaring the animals or something or other. Worried about a removal, say a Razor Rings, if I do want to look at get in for some attacks. Water Grasp on the Zhao. Okay. Kind of think that's alright. Can end up shuffling it away. What we're going to do here... Probably just... No, Canyon Crawlers. And we will grab that land drop. Not going to do much for me, but I'm not going to attack with the Zhao quite yet. I want to see if I can potentially have like a How to Start a Riot Twin Blade, something like that. Land, they can shuffle away the Zhao, the Moonslayer, if they want to. Looks like they kind of do want to, and I think that's fine. Yeah. I'm just going to Firebend the Curious Farm Animals. They gain 3 life, I think that's okay. So to just go back to evens here. The Fire Nation Drill doesn't kill anything, so I might just pass the turn, because I almost want to see if I can get some use out of the removal part of it. Also have the Twin Blades I can flash in, and the Sold Out for a creature on their turn, so I'm not really, you know, unless they don't play anything, I'm not wasting the turn. A Katara, that is the exact sort of thing that I want to sell out. That is a bomb and a half. And if I've got an octopus form, I can still kill it with the Fire Nation Drill next turn. I do not. Wonderful. I'm going to go Fire Nation Drill. I'm going to tap it because it can't be crewed anyway. Kill their token. Now I have a 6/3 that I can just about double strike up if I can get a creature on the board. Also got removal and another land for Combustion Man, which is pretty tasty as well. They can draw a card with a Serpent's Pass if they want to. Earth Kingdom Jailer. I'm going to get rid of the Fire Nation Drill. That is okay, because I can just Swamp Snare Trap it. And another creature, perfect. So I can Swamp Snare Trap the Jailer and then kill the Glider Kids. A really nice 2-for-1 there. Swamp Snare Trap on the Jailer. Fire Nation Drill enters. Gonna take the action, kill the Glider Kids. And pass the turn again. So removal paying huge dividends here. I have the card advantage. They've got a Jongjong's Deserters. That's alright. If I don't draw a land, I will be needing to abandon some attachments this turn, or a creature that I can maybe crew the Fire Nation Drill with. So I'm going to abandon attachments. I'm going to get rid of the How to Start a Riot. Draw a couple cards. Cycle the Mongoose Lizard. And grab that 5th land, so at least I can play something out next turn. I do take 2 damage here, but I think that's okay. So I can go Vindictive Warden, then attack with a Fire Nation Drill. Another Deserters. Depends if they make one of them ginormous, or... Yeah, okay. Pass to attacks. Yep, it's fine. I'll take 3. Another land would be great, because then I can Vindictive Warden and Twin Blades, like crew up the Fire Nation Drill, make it into a 7/4 double striking Trampler. Yeah, that's really nice. Vindictive Warden. Crew. So Vindictive Warden. Attack with the Fire Nation Drill. And Twin Blades it. They take 14. Going down to 9. I will be taking at least 4 this turn, but I do have, yeah, the Fire Nation Drill I can attack with. I've got a Combustion Man to keep up as a blocker. I've got a Sold Out to deal with a bomb if they end up playing one. Momo is not really the sort of bomb that they're looking for, I don't think. Okay, yep, Path to Redemption, the Warden. That's cool, it's not going to be attacking anyway. do have the option of just sold outing on their turn instead if they look to sort of double block or just block the deserters. No, they're attacking. Okay. So I think what I do here is Combustion Man. Combustion Man and crewing the Warden. Attaching the Twin Blades to make it a little bit bigger. Attacking in for 7. They go to 2, and next turn I just win because unless they exile the Warden, which they have to make another 1/1. But even then, with the Fire Nation Drill able to attack, I can sold out something and likely get in for at least 6 damage. Or at least 2 damage, sorry. Got... yeah... yeah, no. Will just be enough damage. So we're gonna crew up with Combustion Man. Going to attach to the Fire Nation Drill. And we're going to sold out the Zhongzhong's Deserters. And that's 3 damage that's getting through. Yes, they kill the Fire Nation Drill, but does that really make a difference? It does not. And that is up to 3-0 for the draft, which is very nice. Certainly enough removal and enough strength that I'm looking pretty solid, and I do think that bringing the Zhao the Moonslayer back was the right play, just to get some of the removal. And then, look, the 2-for-1 with the Swamp Snare Trap onto the Earth Kingdom Jailers was about as perfect as you could ask for. Having the Fire Nation Drill coming back and being able to blow up a 2/3 flyer. And again, flying is not something that this deck can deal with very well outside of removal. It doesn't really have any flying creatures of its own, but it does have a lot of power elsewhere on the board. Especially in the hand. I mean, really, really good removal options. I think I did make the right decisions in the cuts that I made earlier on as well. Everyone loves to hear a great comeback story, so never give up. And I do really quite like that advice. I think sometimes, even though things are not looking great, you can always find a way to succeed. Here, I've got a land, and I can run into my Jaded Edge. I can Mongoose Lizards for more land if I need to. But I think this is a pretty good looking start. It really does just depend. Path to Redemption on the My Jaded Edge. Okay. Boiling Rock Prison, and I think I'm just going to pass the turn because I think I do actually just want to cycle the Mongoose here just to ensure the 4th land. Avatar Enthusiast, yeah, it's okay, I can sell them out or steal them if I want to. Mountain, I think Zhao the Moonslayer here is kind of nice. And a Deserter's Disciple, so just getting a lot of power out on board looking to threaten. The removal onto the Avatar Enthusiast for the next turn feels pretty nice. Can look to maybe cool Suki, Kyoshi Warrior. That is certainly what I will be looking to get rid of, so we'll go sold out onto the Suki. And attack with the Zhao the Moonslayer. I'm gonna give them a thanks. I think that's worth. I mean, Suki is does become a bit of a problem pretty quick. Walltop Sentries is a good card, that is for certain. Yep, no blocks there. Can steal the Avatar Enthusiast, or I can just get rid of them. I think I'm going to steal. We're going to go steal the Avatar Enthusiasts with the Jet's Brainwashing. Attack with these two. they Razor Rings the Zhao. Yep, that's there. Go to blocks. They probably don't want their own Avatar Enthusiast to die, so we'll take 4 here. Do have the ability to, if they don't run out another ally. Okay, so they are getting another ally out onto the board, exiling the Mai, which does mean that I'm not able to kill the Enthusiast with the Desert's Disciple here, so we're just going to chump. I think Firebending Lesson into the Enthusiast is fine enough. At least it gets rid of his body after I've sunk a fair bit into it. Do have the Judy for next turn. Can always sacrifice a clue as well. Foggy Swamp Vinebender. I take 3, go to 11. Mountain, Judy, and pass the turn. Can, with the Cunning Maneuver, look to trade with the Foggy Swamp Vinebender next turn. It really does depend what they end up doing. Well, Southern Air Temple, okay. That's a pretty strong card. They're going to attack, probably with the Vinebender. Cunning Maneuver the Judy so I can block the Vinebender. Pass the damage, 5, go to 6, and draw a card at the end of turn. Swamp, not really what I'm super after. What have I got in the bin? Honestly, not an awful lot. If I draw another card, I can still use it though, depending on what I do draw. Swamp Snare Trap. I think Swamp Snare Trap might be just about worth it on the sentries. Make it so the sentries can't deal me any damage. We'll pass through the turn. Kind of want to be bringing back the Mongoose Lizard to maybe deal a damage to the Wartop sentries. Could just do it on their turn so it does enter untapped. I can't use the Captain. Another Wartop sentries is a little bit annoying. I'll attack for 2. Yep. I will go with this Conviction. I know that it is mana inefficient, but I think being able to actually just play it and have it untapped on my turn is fine, so I can blow up the sentries, but I just lose regardless. Even if I play the Combustion Man there, I lose. Super Exile, game, yeah. Not have enough to be able to get past a lot of their creatures. They had the removal for a lot of mine, and yeah, my plays were just that little bit too slow. Didn't a little bit too clunky. But that is all well and good. We move to 3 and 1 for the draft. And I think 3 and 1 is still a pretty decent spot to be in. Not upset with that as a stat line. Here we have Judy, Disciple, the Land Cycler. I think this looks pretty good. Start with a Swamp, probably Judy turn 2. Yep, Judy turn 2. Helps me dig reasonably for some things. If they get rid of it, is a shame. Raucous Audience. Okay, so I've got a mountain here. I think I attack with the Judy. Try and offer a trade, which I doubt they are going to take, because Raucous Audience as acceleration is pretty good. And I'll just pass the turn. I wanted to, again, Mountain Cycle, just so I can hit that 4th land for the sold out. Pretty important to hit 4 on 4, I think. Okay. I could Cunning Maneuver just to keep the Judy alive. But I think it's okay to just let it exile. Rather Cunning Maneuver, I think, on the offensive rather than the defensive. Works really nicely with something like Combustion Man. I've got another 2 mana for Archer's. Cool. So I'll just cycle here, grab a mountain. Right, they're tapped out, so it's it just means that I'm not pretending like I'm holding up something they can do. something I can do. Are they going to rummage? They will rummage away a Rocket Launch, which is for 0 at the moment, so definitely understand why they're doing that. Please desert his disciple just because I can. I'm sort of happy for it to end up trading with either of their creatures. So they can Rocket Launch for 1. Also have 5 mana at their disposal to hit something pretty big. Audience. Earthbending lesson, that's pretty good. Gonna block the archers here just to get a body off the board. I can block with the Combustion Man onto the Omashu City, so I'm not too worried about it. Also have the Sold Out to get rid of something. They do have 6 mana, so they can look to flash back the Rocket Launch. Only be paying 6 mana for 1 extra toughness though, which I don't think is too worth it. If I've got something like a, what's his name, King Boomy, or the Lessons Boomy, they can make a 2/7/7s, that's pretty scary. We'll be looking to probably just maybe like Sold Out and keep the, no, it's the Boulder. So definitely better than it could be. They've got another 2 mana, they're gonna fight the Combustion Man or something, no? So we've got Swamp, we're going to Sold Out the Boulder, and we are going to attack with the Combustion Man, blow up the Omashu City unless they take 4. I imagine they want to keep it because it gives them pretty good acceleration with a Raucous Audience. I'm not sure if 4 damage is going to be the end of the world for them. Yep, go to blocks. Keeping the Cunning Maneuver up so I can potentially force lethal. They attack me for 6. That's something else in hand. It could be a little bit more Fire Sages. Okey-doke. It will get the, oh both, 2 of them. And they attack me for 6. Or they do some nothings. Some sweet, sweet nothings. Can ping the Raucous Audience down with the Zuko's Conviction. Can leave up the Combustion Man. My turn. Sold Out's actually really nice here. So we're Sold Out on the city. Does re-enter, that's fine. Cunning Maneuver onto the Combustion Man. Attack, look to kill one of the Fire Sages, unless they take 7. So I imagine that Fire Sages just dies. It's taking 7 is a pretty big ask, yeah, and then they block... They block nothing, they just take 7? Interesting. Yeah, they bring me back the Combustion Man. Doesn't really save them. They get to pump the Fire Sages a wee bit. Depending on what I draw, can always crack a clue, or just sort of hold the Zuko's Conviction, which I think is going to be a better option. Porcupine. You know, we'll just pass through. Pass to attacks. They attack with both again. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Zuko's Conviction. Bring back the Mongoose Lizard. Just means that they aren't able to get another creature, another body on the board. If they can't kill the lizard, then I get in for 3 damage. I mean, they do always have another card in hand. Could be a creature. Are they sacking the Umashu City, trying to find an answer? Because I need 2 untapped creatures to be able to survive the Mongoose Lizard attack next turn. Menace, very, very helpful. And that's nothing. That's another land. Good game. I'm going to just attack with the Mongoose Lizard. And there we go. Move to 4 and 1. They were getting pretty aggressive as well. Definitely the Combustion Man helping take care of some of their creatures. Really happy to make that trade, especially early on, since I didn't have the ability to make my... I mean, really that's just in there for my being unblockable, or maybe making a Porcupine unblockable before, you know, sort of casting a whole bunch of spells. Not that I'm too spell slingy, sort of just going to be a pretty steady growth. I think it does fit a little bit better in an Izzet shell rather than a Rakdos shell, but some of the burn can be pretty cheap. Here, 2 lands, no searching, no fixing, but I do have a 3 mana play. I think this is just about fine enough. Again, not perfect, but with being able to actually run out a creature on 2 and now a creature on 3, definitely think that is handy dandy. They've got a Poxbearers, I've got a Mountain, and I've got a Jongjong the Deserter. I'm not going to attack with the Poxbearers because what I want to do is see if I can actually just get rid of it, not have to trade one of my guys. First time fly is pretty good. I think another land here could be pretty handy as well. Oh, beautiful. So what we're going to do is we're going to go copy the Jongjong, Firebending Lesson, the Flyer, and Firebending Lesson, the Poxbearer. And you can make a 1-1, but I can attack into 1-1 without having to worry about either of my creatures. They take 5. I can pretty happily take 1. Another land would be fantastic. Maybe not that land, but certainly okay. The Combustion Man. I just passed the turn. Cost would have been 3. So they're going to Jailer, probably their Combustion Man, that's fine. If I can draw a black source, that would be ideal. Jongjong's Deserters, probably onto the Flex Waterbender. Yep, and I'm going to be taking 6 damage because I'm not blocking with the Jongjong. They're not attacking. Okay. Fire Nation Cadets. And I'm going to attack with Jongjong here. A bit of firebending going. Yeah, I'm going to Cunning Maneuver. Gets +3/+1. Means they'll have to waterbend the waterbender to be able to kill it. Honestly, I think that's okay. It would be 2 for 1. And I get to have a clue that I can pop if I want. Not popping it right now, just because the Fire Nation Cadets could end up being something that I look at doing. Curious Farm Animals is a bit scary. Probably not going to attack. Yes, I'll draw a card. Canyon Crawler. A Swamp Snare Trap. I'm going to go Canyon Crawler. Find a swamp. Swamp. I don't have the mana to sack the Curious Farm Animals this turn. So I think I do actually just go and tap down the Fire Nation Drill. Take action. Actually blow up the Curious Farm Animal, because that does threaten. And I was going to go no attacks. I'm going to attack next turn. I've got the Swamp Snare Trap for the Jailer. The Cat Owl I don't think is my biggest problem right now. Suki, Courageous Rescuer. That's dope. I'm gonna block the Zhong's Deserters. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna take the damage. Yep. Let that resolve. Pass to blocks. I'll take the 6. Because I want the Deserter Disciple to be able to cruise. Go Swamp Snare Trap onto the Jailer. I actually play out Judy. Going to crew the Drill with Judy. And attack with the Fire Nation Drill. And the... no... yeah, and the Fire Nation Cadets. Fire Bend. Gonna make it so the Cadets are unblockable though. If they want to block the Drill, at least they're trading something pretty reasonable. They are taking 8 damage here. I can block something with a Combustion Man, which feels pretty good. And next turn, not having to play anything out, I can pump the Fire Nation Cadets pretty big. Depending on what they've got, of course. Airbending Lesson. Ooh, that's a bit spooky. I get hit for 8. They untap the Cat Owl. Yeah, I still have lethal on board though. And they have to block the Fire Nation Drill. Kill it, but still get some damage through. Corrupt the Drill with Judy, make the Fire Nation Cadets unblockable. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they are keeping 2 blockers up. Untapping, yeah, the Cat Owl would be what to untap, cause just that little bit stronger. But leaving 2, oh, more toughness, okay. Right, Mongoose Lizard. Let's see, if I play the Mongoose Lizard, I could play the Combustion Man and the Mongoose Lizard. No, I can't. I could do either or. If I crew up the Fire Nation Drill, they do block all of it, and I only get through with the Cadets. So I think I have to wait on that. I think I do play Combustion Man though. Crew up with the Judy, but not make the Cadets unblockable. If I do want to block, I do get to at least trade. But then the Fire Nation Drill gets a bunch of damage through. Yeah, may as well go a couple. And yep, got damage. Got 2 blockers up here. Can Mongoose Lizard them to the face, as well as Combustion Manning, meaning they're going to have to lose a creature. I think this is a win. Yep, okay. GG's. Moving up to 5-1. Feeling pretty nice here. And they did try their absolute best to find a way through, but unfortunately it just didn't quite pay off. And they are waiting a little bit more. If we can trophy this, that would be really nice. Going back into what is likely going to be the next thing I do is another cube, because I'm actually having a lot of fun playing the cube. So Not gonna stray too far from that at this point, I believe. Let's see, into this next game. And what do we got looking for us? A Jace. Yeah, the Jace. I do not think this is a keepable hand. If it was one of each with the abandoned attachments, I would keep it. Here, keep 6. Probably honestly bottom the... don't really have any way of shuffling, do I? I think the Zhao back. I'm more likely to play the abandoned attachments on 2, I think. Try and hit the Combustion Man pretty early. Momo. Got a swamp. Could swamp snare trap the Momo, but I don't think it's worth it. What are we going to bin here? That really is the question. I think it's going to be the Vindictive Warden. No, maybe it is the swamp snare trap. Bidding removal feels like a pretty bad idea. Get some decent draws here. Still not going to worry about casting any of the removal. I think swamp snare trap on a Momo at this point is just... yeah, like it's really not a good enough trade to make. Water Tribe Captain I can pretty happily kill, I think. I've got a mountain here, and we've got a Firebending Lesson, which I'm happy to cast on the Momo. Actually, really should have gone Swamp Snare Trap on the Captain first in case they do put a counter on. Yeah. Yep. And I guess we just pass the turn. We have to take 4 next turn. Yeah. Didn't sequence that one very well. Attack for 4. I can sold out it next turn. If I have Sun Warriors, that's going to be sold out worthy. Another land. I am going to have to sold out the Sun Warriors. That's just too good. Can Combustion Man next turn, but would have loved to this turn, but I think the Sun Warriors just puts me on too much of a clock. And the Water Tribe Captain's pretty spooky as well. Is looking big. Like Kyoshi Warriors, they're going nice and wide. Swamp, Combustion Man. Looks like it can block. Definitely blocking the Water Tribe Captain here if I have the opportunity, but if they get rid of the Combustion Man, I think that's just GG. Yep, that is just probably going to be GG. I don't think there's going to be much I can do to survive, especially if I've got a... Yep, yeah. Just too slow. Did not have... yeah, needed to remove the other way around. That was a big old flub. It goes to show that sequencing makes a huge difference. Because if I'm not taking that 4 damage every turn for 3 turns, that puts me, you know, what, beyond 12 as opposed to dead. Certainly would have helped. And potentially, no, I mean, with the soul during the, if I had been the, if I kept the creature, I wouldn't have really been able to do much anyway, because it can't block into their creature. I'd be getting in for maybe a couple of damage. But I think binning the creature and keeping the removal was the right play. It could have been binning the Combustion Man, but given I kept the Combustion Man around as like a, yep, if I can, you know, sort of work my way into Combustion Man early enough, then that's, you know, that's sort of what I felt like was going to win me the game. Feel like binning it after the mulligan would have felt pretty unideal. Definitely didn't want to bin a land since I was trying to reach and hit 5. So we're at 5 and 2 here, up against Zur SM Smack. I think it's pretty solid hands. Definitely have the ability to run out of Combustion Man on curve. And the Swamp Snare Trap's actually kind of nice here as well. Ooh, Judy. Don't mind if I do. versing some more Azorius Enthusiast, which I think I am going to just Swamp Snare Trap here before they get too big and attack in for 2. Drawing another land this turn would be nice, but I suppose not drawing it and having to cast the Mongoose Lizard and then still play the Deserter's Disciple would be reasonable as well. What are they up to here? A cat owl. Dog. Okay, so the land there is quite nice. So what it does, it allows me to duty. Oh, I see another land on top, pretty good. And then Jong the Deserter. Not that I have a lesson to cast, but it does allow me to kind of threaten next turn. No, Path to Redemption. Okay, they're going to attack with the Cat Owl. Let's play my land. Rana Parrot. Okay. Play my land, play my Combustion Man. And pass. I'm still threatening to be able to double spell with the Jong. Kyoshi Warriors, they're going nice and wide. Gonna untap, yep. Another mountain. Got a few options here. I can Jet's Brainwashing, maybe steal the Cat Owl, but then Combustion Man can still die. Attack with the Combustion Man, offer some sort of trade, and then maybe hit them with a Mongoose Lizard. That's going to be the best option. We're going to try and kill the Cat Owl unless they want to take 4. I imagine they just take damage here. Ooh, okay. Go to blocks. Oh, they just block with their token. Okay, good damage. Mongoose Lizard. Kill the ally token. Here I got a blocker for the warriors. The Iguana Parrot's still causing a little bit of a concern. Oh, they got another Cat Owl. Okay. 2. Alright. Ooh, Twin Blades. That's 3, and the Jet's Brainwashing is 4. Let's attack with the Combustion Man, the Mongoose Lizard. Try and kill the Cat Owl. Okay, go to blocks. Cat Owl. Oh, Combustion Man looking like they're dying. It doesn't matter because I'm just Twin Blades on the Mongoose Lizard, and that's just GG. Wonderful, go up to 6 and 2, playing for un trophée. Certainly a good feeling. Coming in pretty clutch with some nice plays around here, and really the fact that one of the games has got absolutely ran over, and then the second game I lost was, you know, a lot down to some very poor sequencing. Should have, because I thought that Momo was put a counter on, but then I didn't really actually consider it. I could have Swamp Snare trapped earlier, but look. That last game was much nicer. Glad they threw everything at the Combustion Man, let the Menacer through. Here, I think this is okay. If it was 2 lands, and maybe if we didn't have the Judy, then I wouldn't have kept it. But Judy allows me to go searching for the colours that I need. And I do just have the pretty good chance of just straight up drawing it as well. Super's Conviction means I can nice and easily, potentially cheaply, bring something back from the bin if I do want to ship it with Judy. And it's going to kill the Judy. That is a bit sad. So, I guess we Super's Conviction, get the Judy back, and just replay her. Yeah, it feels like a little bit of a waste, but otherwise I'm just hitting land, go, rather either force them to use more removal to get rid of her again, or have the ability to deal... I'm going to Mongoose Lizard Cycle. I think that's going to be the way to go here. Play this mountain and then Judy. Keep the Firebending Lesson on top, sack Judy herself, keep the token, pass the turn. And the Firebending Lesson just means that I can potentially look to get in for some damage, or have a little bit of removal at my disposal. We do hit a 4th land drop and a Zhao Ruthless Admiral. That is the sort of thing that I'm talking about. I can kill the Zhao, that's pretty solid. Attack for 2. Just because the Zhao can end up adding up into a pretty big amount of damage. Another merchant, okay. Union Archers. Spinning a Wolf Bat. Don't have the mana for it. Let's activate the Judy first. I think the Vindictive Warden on top's fine. Let's outplay the My Jaded Edge and pass the turn. At least she acts as a pretty good blocker for the Merchant of Many Hats. I'll actually just block the Union Archers and take 4. Land, and what have they got here? Their own My Jaded Edge. Fire Nation Engineer. Okie doke. Is it ridiculous to say, hey, let's steal your Mai and sacrifice it? Don't think it is too ridiculous to do that. Because it's a removal spell in that case. I've got no attacks though. No, I'm just going to take the damage. Feel like they've got something up their sleeve. Okay. Thing is, am I able to deal lethal damage? I don't think I am. I have to go Vindictive Warden. And just pass the turn, because I need another red if I wanted to be able to try getting lethal on the board. Can work with the Vindictive Warden if and when they attack. Honestly, no blocks. And hope and pray they don't have a lightning strike. I got a Pirate Peddlers. Okay, let that resolve. Pass. They will put a counter probably on the Peddlers. Yeah, I'll draw a card. Alright. Elder Moonslayer. Swamp doesn't really help. Let's see. Can I try and threaten lethal here? Probably not, if we're being perfectly honest. Let's see. Can kill a bunch of their things, and if I... Okay, so we'll... Alright, let's try. Got to try something pretty special. We'll go how to start a riot. Next blocks. They take the damage from the Warden. If I Twin Blades, it doesn't really do anything for me. If I Cunning Maneuver, it doesn't do anything for me. And they'll still have 2 blockers up, so I guess Twin Blades onto the wooden means they take 10, but that's still not enough either. If I give the double strike to mine, I still can't play anything. Oh, fine. Onto that. I don't have anything I can do with the black. Can't untap anything. They'll take 4, and that's the game. They did pretty good to not block with the Fire Nation Engineer though as well. So end up with 6 wins, going 6-3. Pretty solid effort, I would say. Definitely not upset about the fact that I didn't trophy. Still make a pretty good headway, and you know, pretty pleased with the deck. That is it for that draft, though. Thank you for joining me. If you liked it, of course, do your thing. Otherwise, I will catch you guys on the rebound. Take care, everyone.